Hi friends, FirearmPop here. I'm here today, a beautiful day at the range, and I thought I'd take a few minutes this morning and talk about concealed carry. And I just want to have a frank discussion. I mean, basically, this is my Beretta. It's safe, and I love this gun. I love shooting it. It's accurate. It's reliable. One of the best guns that I own. I own a few guns, not many, but this is, I really enjoyed shooting my Beretta. But I don't shoot it that often, because when I come to the range, I focus, I take the time to focus on my concealed carry. Now you've seen some of the videos I've done, and that's what it's all about. Now, while America is catching up with concealed carry, more and more Americans are getting their permits and going out and buying a weapon, many of them just for home defense, and whether it's just for home defense or for carrying with you daily, you really need to practice that with that weapon. Many people just think, well, I'm just going to load it up and throw it in my drawer and I'll have it. You really need to understand how you're going to react when the stuff hits the fan. Any weapon for a night table drawer would be fine. When it comes to concealed carry, you need something that you will carry. As much as I like this Beretta, it's not a gun that I'm going to carry. It's a little too heavy, a little too big, especially for summertime concealment. Doesn't quite cut the mustard. Instead, as many of you are aware, I carry my snubby. And yes, this is loaded. I always carry loaded. Some people, think to carry one cylinder empty, or not one in the pipe. Listen, every conceivable situation that I think of, the last thing I'm thinking of is going to be something at 21 feet away. And I'm going to understand that it's a threat at 21 feet away and have time to draw my weapon and take careful aim and fire. Now, a lot of people go to the range to do that. They just set up targets, 21 feet, 50 feet, 30 yards, and just start shooting away and put holes in paper and say, hey, I'm good. Well, I'm afraid that's not going to cut it, because when, again, the stuff hits the fan, you're going to rely on muscle memory and do what you've practiced. If you haven't practiced it, you're not going to know what to do. I can visualize dropping the gun, not hitting your target, panicking, not having clearly thought out your course of action. So when you go ahead and throw that weapon in your pocket or in your belt, or even carry a backup weapon, I urge you to go to the range often. If I miss a week or 2 weeks without getting out here and putting some lead downrange, I feel like I'm not doing myself justice, because if something was to happen, how am I going to react? So, the big guns are great. They're lots of fun to shoot. But you're not going to have that when you really need it. You are going to have what you carry. You need to practice the way you carry. And one of the other things, you saw another video from my friend Brothers Keepers 111. You need to practice with the ammo that you're going to be shooting with. Yeah, I use this weapon is loaded with 357 Magnum hollow points, and that's what I carry in it. I do most of my practicing with 38 Special, a little cheaper to shoot than 357 Magnums, but I always do the 357 Magnum. Now this is a revolver, and the chances of having a misfeed, of course, are not there. And as a matter of fact, if for some reason a round doesn't fire, all you do with a revolver is pull the trigger again. But the need to practice with your carry ammo is not as great as it is, with the semi-auto. So if you're carrying a semi-auto, I would make sure you practice with the ammo you're carrying. Now, so like I said, I'll shoot mainly 38 Special out of that, and then fire off at least 1 or 2 cylinders of my carry ammo. So we're going to do a little bit more of that today, and you may find that a little bit boring, but I can't emphasize enough. You have to practice what you feel, what you conceptualize as something happening. I don't conceptualize, again, like I was saying, 21 feet away and someone pulling out a knife and saying, give me your wallet or your life from 21 feet away. It's just not happening. It's going to be up close and personal. They're going to be on you before you know it, before they even announce their intentions, and maybe even grab you by the shirt and pulling you. And how are you going to react to that close call situation? Do you even present your weapon? These are all things that if you haven't practiced, you're not going to do. You're not going to react and do well. You're not going to be able to draw your weapon and fire from the hip, because at that range, that's all you need to do. There's no bringing your weapon up. As a matter of fact, I've seen some experts carrying a small weapon like an LCP in their pocket and shooting right through their pants, just putting their hand in their pocket and shooting right through the pants. If that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. And if you've never practiced it, you're never going to do it in a real life situation. So I don't want to beat a dead horse here. I'm going to set the camera up. I'm going to do some more drills with backing away from walking as I'm distancing myself from that threat, if I can. If they don't have me, maybe one shot while they have me, and then the rest while I'm backing away. Because I do not want to present the weapon and when I feel that it can be taken away from me. That's the worst case scenario. The only time I want the weapon taken away from me or I'll throw it at them is when it's empty. And we'll get to do that as well. So that's what we're going to do today. A little bit more live fire practice. The way I see a scenario coming down, you may see it differently, and that's the method you need to practice for. Okay? So without further ado, let's get loaded up here and let's set up the camera and do some firing. Well, there you have it, my friends. Another drill, this time using my backup weapon rather than a reload. Not really happy with the performance, but like I've always said here, that's what it takes, practice. You don't find the faults in your system, you don't find the faults in your muscle memory until you come to the range and you try it. And dry fire at home, and of course live fire here at the range. So once again, I hope you learned something today. It's if you're going to carry a weapon, it's practice, practice, and practice. Anyway, you can friend me on Facebook at FirearmPop. You can find me on the web at FirearmPop.com. And as always, be safe out there, and God bless. Bye now.